What's up, guys? Have you ever thought about magnifying your mission, your movement by doing events? Because at those events, you get to serve people, way more people. It's one to many, so you get to serve way more people than you do doing one-to-one. You have so much more impact and so much more reach. So if this is something that you're excited about and you're like, oh my goodness, if you were anything like me a couple years ago, like, I would just love to do in-person events because I've been to so many in-person events. Have you been to so many in-person events where you're like, oh my gosh, that changed my life and I want to create one of those experiences for my audience? So if that's you, listen up to this video because I have something that is going to save you thousands and thousands of dollars in mistakes. And I'm not talking about you buying my program in order to do that, because this little handy tip is absolutely free. Okay, so here's the thing. If you want to do an in-person event that totally rocks it, here's what I would suggest doing first. If you've never done one before, go virtual first. If you are in the post-COVID world, there is no reason why you shouldn't go virtual first. Because if you go virtual, you get to focus on the most important thing, which is the content and delivery of that content to your audience. If you can totally rock their socks off on a virtual event where they're not boring and snoozing and just dropping out every 5 seconds, then you know you're going to do an amazing job when they're actually there in person, right? So you're going to be able to nail the content of your event in a way that, and you can test it out, you can nail that content in your event before you go to the in-person event. The second thing is this is why you're going to save tons of money, is because virtual events are cheap, man. If you got a Zoom link, you could even do virtual events on Facebook or IG, or, you just go live and tell people, hey, I'm going to go live at this time. You don't need any sort of equipment. You just need a phone, and you don't even need anything fancy as Zoom. You don't need anything as fancy as Zoom to go live and have a virtual event. So it's super, super cheap to get going. And so you get a lot of trial and error, because if you know anything about business, it's all about failing forward, and who is the best at failing and who can fail the fastest and learn the most from those failures. So if you go into a virtual event space first, it costs you nothing to fail first. Okay, it costs you almost nothing to go ahead and fail. So there's a low risk. You can get a bunch of people super quickly. You don't have to get wrapped up in all of the details of planning the venue and all of that kind of stuff. You don't have to worry about losing tons of money if that does not work. And then you get to super quickly test out your offer, your content, and make tweaks to it in a way that is this fast and easy and fun. And whenever you've got that virtual event going and and it's dialed in, then hey, how many people, then you got your numbers, right? Hey, if they pay attention to me online, they're definitely going to pay attention to me in person. I know figured out how to sell events, what to say to get them to come, because I've done it virtually first. And I've got a ton of money in my pocket too, because I've done it virtually. I've mastered that. And now I've got money in my pocket, so I can take that money and put it into my in-person event now. So if you're thinking of going in person, I highly recommend and promise you that if you do virtual events first, not only will you save yourself tons of money, you'll make buku tons of money with the virtual event that you can then use to pay it forward and do a super fun in-person event that will also serve your audience even better. So go out there, crush it at your next event, and if this was inspiring and useful to you, go ahead and share it with somebody else and let them know, help them to be inspired as well, and save them a ton of money by not going to do in-person events first, but to doing it virtual. We'll talk soon.